Just let me know when you're ready for the broadcast. Okay, perfect. Well, good morning and welcome to Down Mountain. My name is Paulo and I will be leading you through meditation this morning. I'd like to talk a little bit about the particular meditation we're going to do this morning. It's divided into two discrete segments, if you may, even though they flow together in an interesting way. So the first part of our meditation will be just focusing on our breath, right? So we try to find our breath, whether it's in our nose, in our chest, or deep in our belly, depending on your experience, but really just a preference of where you can connect to it the most. Why are we using our breath as an object of meditation, right? Our breath is one of the easiest, more subtle ways to connect to our bodies, and our bodies are always in the present moment. So it's a really nice tool to be able to use as an object of meditation, to be able to use it as something that keeps us grounded in our bodies. And it's something that we carry with us all the time, right? We always have our breath. We can always come back to this object of meditation. So I imagine that's why traditionally we are taught to use our breath as our object of meditation that we can always come back to. So we're just going to use that as our object, and our mind will probably slip away and think about, whether what we did yesterday or we'll do tomorrow or we have to do later today. And that's okay. That's natural for thoughts to arise. When you notice those thoughts arising, just gently, without judging or fighting your own thoughts, just allow yourself to come back to your breath. And I'll try to help you with that. I'll mention it a few times, but it's okay to think about other things. That's just mind. So don't be harsh. Don't judge yourself too much. Just when you notice, come back to the breath. That's really the practice, is to come back to the breath over and over again. And then second, intermittently throughout the meditation, about 3 times, we will chant. I will start chanting a syllable hung for about a minute or two, and you can join me if you feel comfortable doing that. And we'll just chant Hong together. And we try to pay attention to that sound, that vibration, right? It's a little bit more dynamic than the breath. There's a little bit more going on. And it's a nice object of meditation because of that the fact that it is dynamic in that way, and we kind of have to play with that, and it starts to be a stepping stone in trying to be more present on a day-to-day with ourselves. So we'll use those 2 types of meditations for now, and I'll guide you back and forth through them. And okay, let's get going. So allow yourself to arrive here at your seat in your body, bringing the mind home, starting by maybe wiggling back and forth, side to side, trying to find a comfortable position where your sits bones connect directly to your cushion and to the earth. And then from that connection of your sits bones, both of them, you start to stack up your spine, and you slowly grow. You put your vertebrae one on top of each other, naturally, without too much effort, but just enough that you're comfortable and straight. And as you get to your cervical spine, you tuck in your chin a little bit, or imagine that there's a string coming up from your head, and try to align your cervical spine along the way of your spine to feel some ease. And each body's a little bit different, so just try to find something that's easeful and comfortable for you. As you settle into this position, I invite you to bring your attention to areas that might have some excess tension in your body. Maybe your shoulders, your jaw, your hips. And allow a big breath to come in. Give some space. And as you exhale, try to let go of a little bit of that. You're just giving yourself permission to relax, to give up some of that excess stress in your body. You can do this a few times, and as often as you feel you need it in your body. Just allowing yourself to settle. And likes to mention the support that we have, first and foremost from our own body, our skeletal structure that is supporting us here and now, allowing us to sit. the earth that, without any judgment, holds us in its gravity, and we're always seated directly on top of it. So as we sit here, we can feel like we're connected to the center of Earth and feel supported by this beautiful live rock that holds us and takes care of us. But also by the community, the Sangha. It's people that we're sharing our breath with right now. We come together to support each other and to build a space for us to be able to meditate. And as you settle here, just bring your attention gently to your breath, following your inhale to its top, stopping for a second, and then allowing it to come out. I invite you to be a little bit curious about your breath. Where do you feel it? How do you feel it? Where is it easier for you to track it? So if you have mind, which I'm pretty sure we all do, you probably have been distracted already. And if you're particularly new to meditation, it can be a little overwhelming sometimes to notice how many thoughts are racing through your mind. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Any sense that you might be thinking more than typically, it's really, at least in my experience and other people I've talked to, it's really not that we're thinking more. It's simply that we're noticing how much we're thinking. And that's okay. That's a good step. The Tibetans describe the beginning of meditation like a very steep river up a mountain with water coming right after one after each other, moving quickly. Such are our thoughts when we begin to meditate. The good news is that with time, they do slow down a little bit, like a small river maybe. And then eventually it's more like a large river going into the ocean. But if you have mind, you have thoughts, and that's okay. There's no reason to judge it or fight it. Just notice them. Don't fight them. Just come back to your breath gently, over and over. That's the practice. Noticing if some excess tension has crept into your body, allowing some of the breath to flow into that tension, and as you exhale, letting go of it. This is sometimes something you can use over and over again throughout your practice, throughout your day. Just noticing how that made you feel, how your body is, how your mind is. Just allowing some space, without judgment, just to notice. And when you're ready, just bringing the attention back to the breath. Whatever that may be for you. At the beginning I found that, just feeling the tip of my nose was a good place to feel it, But depending on the mood, it might be on my chest, how it comes up and down. Or for some of you who have more experience, I've been doing this for a while, you might drop into the dough, which is 2 finger widths down from your navel and about 3 finger widths in. It doesn't really matter where you find it. It's just about paying attention to it. So sometimes it might seem like we get distracted pretty often. Um, it always helps me to remind myself of this little advice I received very early on when I started meditating. The teacher told us that when she was talking to her teacher, he told her that the difference between a good meditator and a bad meditator is not he who, like that person who doesn't get distracted, right? We have mind, we get distracted, that's normal. We have thoughts. It's how often we come back to our breath, right? How often do we notice that we're distracted and are able to bring back our attention? So I just invite you not to be discouraged by how often we get distracted. I think we all do, especially at the beginning. But, quite literally, the practice is to get distracted and to notice that distraction and come back to it. So, yeah, don't feel too overwhelmed. You're not doing anything wrong if you're thinking. You just have mind. And that's okay. And come back to the breath. I also find it helpful to remind myself that the list of things to do that I might be going through in my head or judging the past, it's not getting solved right now, it's not getting done right now. So maybe it gives you some ease to allow yourself to be present now. Just sit and breathe. And again, just allowing that space to notice how you feel, how your state of mind is. And you might feel exactly the same as before, or not, totally different. It doesn't really matter, it's just about paying attention. There are no right or wrong answers. And then when you're ready, coming back to your breath. Now that we've been meditating for a little bit, I'd like to invite you to check into your motivation. By that I mean, why are you here today? There's no right or wrong answers. Maybe your friend dragged you here. Maybe you read an article about the benefits of meditation and stress and anxiety. Maybe you've been doing it for 10, 20, 30 years. But it's important to tap into what drives us, what's at the core of us doing anything. You know, not just meditation, but this is a nice space just to tap into why we're meditating, why we come together for it. Just allow a minute or two just to ask yourself, what's driving you? What motivates you? We so often do things without thinking, just out of our habitual pattern, and don't slow down enough to ask ourselves why we're doing them. So, just taking that little bit of time for yourself. And when you're done with that, as before, just come back to your breath. Noticing how your breath connects you to your body. Maybe if you're feeling a little bit tired, it's helpful to do a big exhale where you imagine that all that slumber and that laziness goes out of you. And as you inhale light, wakefulness. And seeing how that makes you feel. Maybe that helps your meditation a little bit. Conversely, your thoughts are racing. Maybe your exhale, you let go some of that thoughts. In your inhale, you allow some space for those thoughts to arise and then subside. Another thing, noticing your posture, noticing the state of your body, right? Maybe wiggling back and forth a little bit to find that alignment of your spine again, tucking in your chin a little bit. Maybe as you exhale, allowing your shoulders to fall away from your ears, letting go of some tension. But over and over again, coming back to the breath as you get distracted. Bring your attention to your body, to your mind, and noticing. And as you're ready, coming back to your breath. If you haven't been doing so, I invite you to this last few minutes to try to meditate with your eyes open. In our tradition, the thought process is that we meditate to be able to be more present in our lives, not to block out the world, not to shut it out, but to actually be able to engage better. So we try to meditate with our eyes open so we're present here, not somewhere inside of ourselves running away. So if you feel comfortable, I'd like to invite you to try that out for a few minutes. If you are meditating with your eyes open, a little neat technique that it's been taught to me by a number of teachers, and I believe it works. It might work for you too. Is that if you're feeling like you're thinking too much, casting your gaze down about 45 degrees or a little bit under kind of settles your mind a little bit. On the other hand, you're feeling a little sleepy, casting your gaze up towards the ceiling, also at a 45-degree angle, but upwards. Also helps a little bit to wake yourself up. Try it out. See how that feels. So we'll take a little break now, and we'll come back in about 10 minutes to just close out. A couple things. There's a book going around. It's a book of names. I'm pretty sure it's right back there. I'm pretty sure there's a common tradition amongst spiritual practices and religious practices. We write down the names of people who we wanted to dedicate our merit, who need an extra humph. That might be yourself, maybe. You're feeling down today and you want that extra humph. So yeah, just feel free to write any names of people that maybe have passed or need some of our merit with them. And we will read their names at the end. You have any comments or questions, please feel free. I'm here to help in any shape or form. Harvey's here too, yes.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So we would like everybody to know that we are having a retreat starting on Friday, the 15th of April. It's during the New Year's period. It's considered a very, very auspicious and powerful period. It is a retreat with the goddess of compassion, Tara. It will go from Friday night, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and Monday through about 2. If you're interested, there's more information online, and there are applications. We do ask you to apply to it for the retreat. If you have any questions about that, you can talk to me during the break. And otherwise, we have our ongoing Sunday morning. First Sunday of the month, we have a teaching at 10:30, and we have yoga at 9:30 on Sundays as well. Great to see everybody. What's that? The retreat is February 15th. What did I say? April. I said April. I've got taxes on my mind. February 15th through February 18th. Thank you for catching me. Okay.
Dawn Mountain offers traditional Buddhist teachings, primarily in the Tibetan tradition, in a way that is accessible to contemporary Americans. Having studied and practiced for many years under recognized Tibetan masters, and understanding that these teachings provide a way to realize the natural state of mind that embodies profound wisdom and deep love, Anne Klein and Harvey Aronson wished to share these traditions here in the United States. As a result, they established Dawn Mountain in June 1996, based on the core belief that it is possible to cultivate a better understanding of our deepest nature, which in turn facilitates new levels of mental calm and self-acceptance.
So our inspiration really comes from our love and gratitude to our own teachers. They spent so much time and care with us over many, many years.
Kaizen Rinpoche was extraordinarily compassionate. He had a terrific sense of humor. And just his ability to be present and immediate and just there. Adzon Rinpoche is extraordinarily compassionate and grounded.
And we've had extraordinary experiences with Adzon Rinpoche, whom I met in Tibet in 96. And I've had many hours of just, one-on-one conversation, a person who has tens of thousands of students to attend to. Okay, there's this wealth of cultural wisdom in Tibet. It's encoded in texts, in practices, in rituals, in art, And many people in the West are attracted to it, and yet Westerners are Westerners. We're Westerners. We're not monastics. We may dedicate our lives to practice in our heart of hearts, but we have families, we have jobs, we have all kinds of responsibilities. So how can we communicate and really experience transformation through these practices? For that, some kind of bridging is necessary. We're also a community center, nonprofit community center, which is the hub of our work extending life skills, the life skills of cultivating calm, of cultivating ease in life, of cultivating kindness.
What did you do today that you liked?
Make the glittery thing to show your anger.
And what happened when you shook up the glittery thing?
It made me feel a little bit like I wanted to meditate in peace.
And then the Research Institute is where we look at what we can provide by way of information gained through research for the interested public. So we've mentioned that our own teachings here, which are drawn from work that we've done, our own translation work, our own study, and so forth, some of these will start appearing as pamphlets for practitioners here, and some of them will become books that will be published and will be widely available to the larger public. And I'm right now in the process of gathering a team to translate a text from this tradition, which he powerfully feels, and which I also have a very, very strong wish to see translated. And we hope to do more of that. We've seen people telling us how their lives have changed, how their lives are improved, the comfort, the inspiration that they feel coming to Dawn Mountain. We really are inspired to envision a way that Dawn Mountain becomes a stable beacon and place of gathering for people who wish to practice at whatever level.
I trust the teachings. I feel in the place. I feel that I am constantly fed.
And I can feel my breathing better because of the way my legs are positioned.
How long have you been sitting like that?
I learned it when I started coming here.
And it's not only been in the spiritual sense, but also in every aspect of my daily life. I feel that I'm less stressed out. I don't get as angry or as depressed as I used to.
It's good. It teaches me how to kind of relax and be mindful and help with school and stuff like that whenever I get aggravated.
One of our projects that has come to partial fruition is that we have developed a curriculum, which is posted on our website, that explains the open matrix of what a spiritual path can be, supported here at Dawn Mountain.
We've slowly become aware of the power of the media, and it is clear now that there is great interest in both our broadcasts from here, and from time to time we might be able to have broadcasts from Asia with Adzom Rinpoche or his sister Anila. Without students there are no teachers, and without teachers there are no students. We all dependently create one another. So we're very, very excited by the energy that is in the community. The community is alive, it is supportive, it is growing, and it really wishes to thrive, and we want to participate in that thriving in every way that we can. But we're really talking about finding a space of shared values. And if individuals share the values that we have in terms of coming to a deep appreciation of our innermost nature, then come and participate. That's the most significant thing that we can do together. Just sharing our participation is lovely and meaningful. And anything above and beyond that by way of offering service for this community, offering financial, flows naturally. And we expect that that will just be a natural outflow for people because of that shared interest.
Dawn Mountain offers traditional Buddhist teachings primarily in the Tibetan tradition in a way that is accessible to contemporary Americans. Having studied and practiced for many years under recognized Tibetan masters, and understanding that these teachings provide a way to realize the natural state of mind that embodies profound wisdom and deep love, Anne Klein and Harvey Aronson wished to share these traditions here in the United States. As a result, they established Dawn Mountain in June 1996, based on the core belief that it is possible to cultivate a better understanding of our deepest nature, which in turn facilitates new levels of mental calm and self-acceptance.
So our inspiration really comes from our love and gratitude to our own teachers. They spent so much time and care with us over many, many years.
Kaizen Rinpoche was extraordinarily compassionate. He had a terrific sense of humor. And just his ability to be present and immediate and just there. Adzon Rinpoche is extraordinarily compassionate and grounded.
And we've had extraordinary experiences with Adzon.
I'm using the mic. I'm playing around with the microphone. Yeah, exactly. And then it kind of resonates with itself. Do you guys have the book somewhere? Yeah, I thought it was there too, but it disappeared. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Did everybody get a chance to write in? Does anybody need it?
I'd like it.
So as I mentioned before, we will just sit for a minute or so and then dedicate our merit. I don't know, do we do the prayer? Okay, and the blessing? Yeah, perfect. I assume this is the candle? Okay. So out of just practicality, I will light it.
There's a lighter right
Yeah, I have a lighter right here. Yeah. So yeah, let's just begin by sitting for a minute just to settle back down. Just allowing yourself to find a comfortable seated position that's straight, yes, yet easeful. And touch back into your breath. Feel how it connects you to your body, to the present moment. And do I read the names first? Sorry, I'm slipping right now. I read the names and then do the dedication?
Different people do differently.
Okay, we'll do the prayer. So on your sheet, the last two, it says dedication and blessing. We will do that. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom, shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala. We dedicate our merit to all sentient beings, but in particular to Dan Kosert, Erica Horn, Natalie, Renee, Baby, to come, John Hyde and Hyde family, Max, Ellen in Bardo, Lark Kersky, Ellie Strong, Carrie Strong, Finn Strong, Adri Phuket, Paul Duncanson, Litz, Michelle, Beld, Angelica, Isana, Mark, Anthony, David and Barbara, Lois and Daniel and family, Jennifer, Gary, SSCS, Lou the Crab, Bardo, Lanes, Eve, Martinez, Joe Martinez, Yerpin, Barcho Powers, Justin Adams, Cedric Senicor Foundation, George Reynolds Bardo, Marilyn Green, Madeline, Valerie, Eleanor Day, Fred, David, Five for Work, Juan Parker Happiness, Donald Trump Wisdom, Teresa Sunjin, Lauren Sunsen, Lee Shunsen, sorry, Neve, Michelle, Aaron, Klein, Evelyn, Jenny Penn, Jesse Penn, Alex Smooth Thomas, Charlotte, Rose, Mario, Marius, Caretaker, Bardo, Nora and Drew Health, Camachos, Mike, Darren, people who work at Houston Women's March, Gary, Jessica, Kaisu, Wesley Bardo, Rominika, Julie, Matt, Jessica, Ann, Mary Scott, Animals, Ann and Harvey, and we will close our practice with a big ah. And so as we'd say ah, we visualize first light pouring from our hearts to ourselves, giving ourselves some light. Then as we've given ourselves some light, we share that light with everybody here in the room. And as we share it with everybody in the room, everybody else shares it with us as well. And then from there, we expand it to Houston, the country, the world, the universe. Wherever your imagination can go, let that light fill it. thank you for joining us, sharing your breath. And we're here every Sunday. We have a retreat next weekend.
And also, first and third Tuesdays, we have classes from 7 to 9. We invite you to participate in that as well.
Everything we do here is also online. Like us on Facebook, go to our website. If you don't always have time, I travel a lot for work. I try to catch up. On YouTube, we have a wonderful internet presence. 21st century stuff. So I encourage you to check it out. There's a lot of resources if you want to further your meditation and your own practice and getting to know yourself. So yeah, feel free to ask any of us how we might be able to help in that process. And have a good Sunday.